I'm David Buoscio with NTegrity Law. There are a lot of misconceptions and myths out there when it comes to estate planning. Most people are simply misinformed or have the wrong information given to them, and therefore do not know the facts when it comes to planning or your legacy. Today, I'm going to debunk the most common estate planning myths, explain why they are false, and tell you what to do instead. After watching this video, you will walk away with the truth so that you can protect your legacy and family with confidence. Here at NTegrity Law, we have decades of estate planning experience. We've seen how misinformation leads to costly mistakes and how clarity can change everything. Most people think that estate planning is just for the wealthy, or that a simple will take care of everything, or one of the most detrimental ideas, I believe, is that I can simply do it myself with online forms and save money. In this video, we will clarify things so that you don't end up with delays, court battles, or unintended consequences for you and your family. Let's get started. We will now debunk these myths. Number one, estate planning is only for the wealthy. Everyone needs an estate plan to protect their assets, no matter how big or small, and we can tailor a plan that is specific to your situation. We need to be able to control your assets and make sure that they pass to whomever you want them to go to upon your death. We also need to determine who will handle your estate upon your passing, be in charge of carrying out your last wishes. We have many tools at our disposal to deal with estates of every size and dollar amount. For example, people with modest means may still need to plan for a guardianship, or minor children, or for instance, disabled relatives, or plan for who makes medical decisions for you should you become incapacitated, etc. We will help you avoid chaos regardless of the size of your estate. A will avoids probate. This is a myth. A simple will still needs to go through the probate process. The process in Illinois is the legal process of settling the estate of a deceased person and ensuring that the proper transfer of assets, payment of debts, proper distribution of property to the beneficiaries. And this process takes 12 to 14 months to complete and can be costly, and there are typically attorney's fees, court costs, publication costs involved, etc. However, there are good viable alternatives if avoiding probate is the goal. For instance, living trusts. Trusts are complicated and only for rich people. False. We can create a living trust that acts as a legal container for your assets, and you set the rules. A living trust allows you to decide who owns the trust and the assets therein during your lifetime, and who the assets will pass to upon your death. You pick the trustee, who controls the trust, and you designate beneficiaries who gets the assets upon your death. We can tailor to your specific needs, create a guardianship within, or stagger how and when a beneficiary will get paid, for example. You need not be rich to create the trust, and the good thing is that you can add assets to it throughout your lifetime. But most importantly, we avoid the lengthy and costly process of probate. We have many clients who have designed trust plans for who are concerned about simplifying things for their children when they pass, and this does that. If I'm married, everything automatically goes to my spouse. Again, a myth. This is not always true, especially if you have separate property acquired prior to marriage, inherited property, etc. With no estate plan to clarify things, it might be left to the courts to hash things out. You don't want that. I'm too young for an estate plan. Again, another myth. This is one of the most common myths we face, and no, you are not too young. What if you get in a car accident or become temporarily incapacitated? Who's going to pay your mortgage and bills? Who's going to make your medical decisions if you cannot make them for yourself? We can create powers of attorney, or POAs as they're called, where you appoint certain individuals to make these decisions and act when you cannot. A lot of our clients come in to see us when a family member or a friend dies at a young age, and they realize they don't want to be left unprepared, were they to be in the same situation. It's better to have a plan in place, and remember, we can always amend and update your plan as needed, and that often happens. Once I have a will, I'm done. Another myth. Estate plans need to evolve to account for marriages, divorces, kids, property and tax law changes, and we at NTegrity Law consistently help clients with updating and refreshing their plans. We have a faith-based perspective at NTegrity Law. We acknowledge that planning is also an act of stewardship, honoring God by caring for what He's entrusted to you, It's showing your family that you love them even after you're gone. If you're ready to build your estate plan on solid ground, call our team at 847-802-9912 and schedule a consultation.